All right, guys, the second thing is that auto campaigns are an absolute must for data collection. So a lot of sellers start off with an auto campaign, they leave it running for a couple of weeks, they mine that auto campaign for a little bit, and then they turn it off. But we feel that auto campaigns are an absolute gold mine because it's allowing Amazon to place our products in front of different search queries so we can learn more about our customer. We can then mine those search queries and then bid on those search queries and then start to build out our keyword list base so we could target more keywords that are relevant to our product. Also, it helps us to find ASINs that are relevant so we could do product targeting campaigns and target those particular competitors where we are making profitable sales. So we highly recommend keeping that automatic campaign on, optimizing that automatic campaign with bid optimization and also negative phrase matching to make a negative exact matching to make sure that we're not overspending on that automatic campaign. So key point here is to keep that automatic campaign on, optimize for it, and harvest those keywords, those search terms, those ASINs to use in later campaigns. All right. Okay, guys, so a relatively new feature that came out in 2019, we're talking now about targeting groups for auto campaigns. Now, I'll go into the nitty-gritty details of all of this, but just want to let you guys know that back in the day, an auto campaign was incredibly simple. All you had was this default bid option. You would come here, select the products you wanted to put into your auto campaign, then select the default bid, put in your default bid, and then basically you were good to go. And behind the scenes, Amazon was matching you up with different search terms and different products to target, and you were getting that visibility. And all you could really do was go into the search term report and see what was working and what wasn't working, and then make your optimizations. And by the way, all you could really do was optimize this bid price here and add some negatives. So it was very, very basic. Now Amazon came out with the targeting group section over here. So if I click over here, you're going to see that there are 4 different types of targeting groups. There's close match, loose match, substitutes, and complements. The most important thing that you have to know is that the close match and loose match has to do with the actual customer search term. So the search query that gets put in by the shopper. This is how relevant or how irrelevant the actual search term is. So let's say you are selling a grill brush and the person types in grill brush. That's a very close match. So if you have close match turned on, your ad is more likely to be shown to more relevant searches, much more closely related searches. So typically these have the best performance, but typically they're a little bit more expensive because more people are going after those highly relevant searches. So just keep that in mind. The next is loose match. This could be something that is very similar to what you're selling, maybe a variation of what you're selling, or a long-tailed search term version of what you're selling, or it could be something that's sort of like a complementary search term to what you're selling. For example, grill mats or outdoor grill mats if you're selling a grill brush. So just keep in mind there's a loose correlation to what you're selling, but it's not closely, directly related to what you're selling. You could still make a lot of sales doing this, but it is a loose match. So you could expect to have not as good performing results, but you could also modify the bids, and that's the beautiful thing. We'll talk about that in a second. Next, we have substitutes and complements. This is important, guys. In substitutes and complements, what Amazon is talking about here is product pages, okay? So we also could put our advertisement on product pages of our competitors. Substitutes is substituting our ASIN for a competitor that is very closely related to what we're selling. Basically saying, if that person's selling a grill brush, I want to put my ad on their grill brush detail page because it's so closely related that it's a substitute. Basically, it's very close. So the complements would be like our ad for a grill mat, our grill brush going on the grill mat detail page. So it's a complement. It's not exactly what we're selling, but it's a complement to the product we are selling. So just, to keep it simple, if we're selling a grill brush, our advertisement could show up on a grill mat page because it's a complement to the grill brush. Now, the beautiful thing about this is you can toggle any one of these off as long as you have one on. You can just do one, or you can do all. And a strategy that we've been doing really and loving right now is that we have 4 separate automatic campaigns, and we have an automatic campaign dedicated to each one of these targeting groups. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Even though there's 4 unique campaigns, now you can adjust the bid of those targeting groups on an individual campaign level, and then you can go ahead and then see what works for you based on your target ACoS. You can raise or lower the bid price based on what your target ACoS is. So we highly recommend doing that. Amazon will also give you a suggested bid, which does vary based on how closely related based on what you're selling, first of all, and also how closely related it is, and how how much competition is going after all of these different targeting groups. So if you're selling something like probiotic supplements, that's high competition. The close match suggested bid is going to be really, really high. But if you're selling something where there's not a lot of competition, the close match is not going to be as high. And of course, the loose match is typically a lot lower than the close match bid price because it's loosely related. And there's long tail versions of saying that. So guys, I hope this was helpful in clearing up the difference between the 4 targeting groups. You have close match, loose match, which are search term and keyword related, and you have substitutes and complements, which are product targeting related, putting your ad on the product detail page. Once you know that, you can set this up and you can think about strategy. Where do I want to show up? What is my ACoS target? And how can I start to modify my bid to make sure that I benefit from all of these different